Yeah. I set it for 10. I had originally because I didn't know what time it was going to drop or what time I was going to be able to come on here. So I had it set for like 11:55.
You thought we were going to go that long?
No, because you can't pick 11:59, and I didn't want to do 12 because then that 12 a.m. on the 16th is Monday night, so that's why I just didn't want to confuse anybody. But
I do have to say, I feel so bad. I started watching that Flash crossover, and I swear to God, I only got 20 minutes in, and it started to bore the fuck out of me. I couldn't do it. I'm going to go back and finish it when we're done with this, but I'm like,
I need to focus. So that's why I'll leave Flash for tomorrow morning.
I think maybe that's what it was, Joel. Maybe once we're done with this and I can
we were too hyped with this.
I can't put something I really want to watch on in the background. I just can't do that.
No.
Oh, no. I'm saying I was watching it before we went live. So I was watching it from like 8 to like 8:15, 8:20.
But I was also looking at my phone the whole time. Like, it better not drop while I'm like,
hey, what's up, Jay? Jay dropped a...
Look, here's what was stressing me about Kanan. He texts me. He's like, are you guys going live? And I'm like, Kanan, the trailer hasn't dropped. Why would I go live to review something that hasn't dropped? And he's like, well, it's going to drop 7:30. And I'm like, Kanan, it's 8 o'clock here. What are you talking about? And he's like, where I'm at, it's 7:30. I'm like, well, it still doesn't change the fact that it's not 8:30 yet, Kanan.
I'm actually no, dude. I'm going to be honest. I'm kind of with Kanan a little bit because what I wanted to do originally, maybe not 8 o'clock. I think that would have been too long. But I wouldn't have mind doing a stream that led up to like us talking or whatever, and then just led right up into the trailer itself. Because I mean, like I said, I watched it. So that's why, guys. Hey, guys, Just Your Average Joe here with some of my friends here. We're going to be watching soon the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer. But Jawan, what was I going to say? Because I went on your channel first and we watched it live, I wanted to wait to watch it with you guys first. So I didn't watch it until we went on your channel, Jawan. So
sorry about that. Mom's called. Had to answer.
That's okay.
That's understandable.
All right, so let's get to it. We've already seen it on your channel. We broke it down. Let's watch it again. And I mean, I definitely want to see this. And like I said, after we do these streams, I'm probably going to be watching it 10 more times, including other YouTube breakdowns and stuff like that. So, all right. Let's watch it. Boom.
This is my first time seeing this.
Let's pretend.
Ever since I got bit by that spider, I've only had 1 week where my life has felt normal. That was when you found out.
When you botched that spell where you wanted everyone to forget the Peter Parker Spider-Man, we started getting some visitors. From every universe. Hello, Peter. You're not Peter Parker.
I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Dr. Otto Octavius.
Wait, no, seriously, what's your actual name?
There are others out there. We need to send them back. So, Scooby-Doo this crap.
You know, all this is kind of your mess. I know a couple of magic words myself, starting with the word please.
Please, Scooby-Doo this crap. You're flying out into the darkness to fight ghosts.
What do you mean?
They all die fighting Spider-Man. It's their fate. I'm sorry, kid.
Yeah, me too.
Don't.
Look, there has to be another way!
There isn't. They're a danger to our universe. You're not gonna take this away from me.
Peter, you're struggling. Damn everything you want, while the world tries to make you choose.
This is all my fault. I can't save everyone.
What's happening?
They're starting to come through, and I can't stop them.
December 17th, exclusively at movie theaters. Tickets on sale November 29th. Spider Monday.
Yeah, that looks, now that I've seen it again, the very end, that does look like the timeline breaking in Loki more than it does the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, seeing that again, it gave me chills because I'm like, that line he gives to Aunt May or MJ, whoever that was, he gave that line to.
I can't save everyone.
When he says I can't save everyone, I'm just picturing in my head
that's Aunt May,
where he's like, I can't do this alone, and then like a portal opens, and then they come through and they're like, you don't have to. I'm telling you, man. I'm milking now just thinking about because it's going to be some big heroic line that is set up, and then when they appear, they deliver it. Goodness gracious.
Yeah. No, I mean the possibilities the possibilities are endless. The way they can finally bring them in, and then now that we've seen, like you said, the one that was dropped in the Brazil, and they have blatantly the Lizard being kicked by a different Spider-Man. I mean, it just basically confirms it.
The invisible Spider-Man.
Invisible Spider-Man.
Yeah, it just has
obviously it was Miles, right?
Because you can tell, but you can tell that the way they were lined up at that scene where he's leaping towards them and Lizard's leaping, him and Lizard are leaping nowhere near each other. So you can tell that they're going to be fighting other people.
Right.
And in the Brazil one, it's like an extended by what? What would you say? Like 5 seconds?
Even less than that,
but because they extended that shot, you can see Lizard getting kicked in the head or in the face,
but
and Holland Spider-Man's nowhere near him.
And just in case people think we're looking too deep into this, go back to that Civil War trailer and look at Iron Man's team and Cap's team, and remember there was never Spider-Man standing amongst Team Iron Man.
Yeah,
well, they're gonna What the Hulk was in with the group running, and he was never in the group running. He was never Hulk.
Which, by the way, I just found out. Did you guys know they shot 4 different alternative Hulk scenes for Infinity War and Endgame?
There was a lot of scenes shot that were not used for those movies.
Yeah, they shot a whole, but there was a scene in Endgame where Hulk was saving. He was in the same suit that you see Jessica in, and he was saving a whole bunch of kids. They took it out. Yeah, they took it out. Infinity War, we of course know he was busting through the Hulkbuster armor.
Yeah,
Hulk. So there was a whole bunch of Hulk scenes. They just randomly were just like,
and they were toys, right? Were pops or toys?
The toys, not the Legos, but the mini mates. I think it was
right. Like Lego always knows what the final product is, and then they spoil it a year before the movie even comes out.
Oh yeah, and they're lousy with that shit.
Lego knows.
And we're all in agreement. We're all okay with the fact that they showed us what they showed us, but they didn't go ahead and put all the cards on the table, and we do not see Toby and Andrew
so we need some surprises in movies, man. Otherwise you're just gonna sit there like, cool, that finally happened.
I agree with you. I do like, and Joanne, you mentioned when we were on live on your channel that we do get confirmation, because remember how it was a little weird when we first see Doc Ock in the first trailer, and the first thing he says is "Hello, Peter," and we were like, well, is he supposed to recognize the fact that every Spider-Man is Peter Parker or something like that? I do like the fact that once he sees Holland's face, he's like, wait, you're not Peter Parker. I love that they put that in this trailer.
I think he's just saying that to Spider-Man. Like, I think he acknowledges that, okay, here we got Spider-Man, but wait, you're not. I think he's just talking to the mask at that point.
In the first trailer.
It was even more of a confirmation that other Spider-Man are going to exist in this movie. Because if he didn't say that, then it's like, okay, they're holding this really close to the vest. Now I'm getting nervous. But the fact that he's like, wait a minute, you're not my Peter Parker. It's like, well, yeah, you're right. He's not, but you will see your Peter Parker. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. And he's going to be pretty curious as to why you're still walking around.
And then, of course, he tells Parker that he's fighting ghosts, and then Doctor Strange basically tells him that these villains from the other worlds actually met their demise with Peter Parker. Spider-Man killed them, and by them I mean Doc Ock and Green Goblin, because like I said, it doesn't make any sense to the other villains because we know Sandman doesn't die. We knew Electro. I don't think right. I can't really remember. Electro does not get killed, right?
Electro just goes through a current, but
right.
The way that was setting it up was to make it seem as though he was gone, not dead, but gone.
Right.
Because remember, Lizard, they were setting up a Sinister Six movie, so
Lizard was fine too. Lizard was in that jail because he was in the end credit scene talking to the man in the shadows with the hat. So that's why it didn't make any sense. But like you said, it might have been just that he only met Doc Ock and Green Goblin at that moment in time, and during the trailer. I do like the fact that Mary Jane or MJ, it's not Mary Jane, sorry, MJ tells
wait a minute.
I know.
Wait a minute.
I know. I stopped myself. Tells Doctor Strange that this was pretty much your fault, and then he's like, Scooby Doo this crap, and then she's like.
In the meanwhile, speaking of Doctor Strange, sorry to cut you off, Joe, but I wanted to.
No, I was done.
Before my brain shuts itself down, what do you guys think of this possibly being Strange Supreme as opposed to like like we've thought about, theorized that it's Mephisto or something?
Right.
Do you think it's too early to see a what ifer showing up in the MCU? I do, but a buddy of mine was like, "Nah, that's Strange Supreme." I was like, I don't think so. Bob.
I think it's too early, but I also told Juwan a while back that he's probably the most plausible live action, at least either the first or the only live action thing we're probably going to get out of What If.
Oh, we're going to get Captain Carter.
Yeah,
we're definitely getting
Captain Carter. If not Captain Carter. I also mentioned Captain Carter, but specifically I said as well. But I mean, obviously Captain Carter wouldn't make sense here, but if they wanted to do it here, and if they're not going to say it's Mephisto, and you are alluding to the fact that Strange is acting strange, it could be. It makes more sense than Mephisto. I don't think they're doing the Mephisto route.
They better do the fucking Mephisto route.
Not with him, I'm saying. We have to eventually get Mephisto.
Well, Pete, I'll go into that before we wrap up where I think we're going to get Mephisto. Me and Joel talked about this on our podcast Monday. But no, I don't think it's any of that. I think everything we're looking into about Strange is strange. It's the idea of it's how he's handling it that seems weird. But Strange in the first movie was specifically told not to practice dark magic. The first fucking thing this guy did when everyone fell asleep was practice dark magic. He's always been this guy. So the whole idea that Wong said don't do it and he did it, that's not suspicious. That's always been Steven.
That still seems off to me. His decisions seem off. Him blaming Peter, all that seems
it's
weird.
not just the Wong line anymore. Now it's other things. But like you said though too, remember
he was this much of an asshole to Stark.
It's not about being an asshole. It's like
we're also getting snippets. We're literally getting, this was a 3-minute trailer, right? Yeah, how much time did Strange have in this whole trailer combined? 35 seconds? So we're literally getting snippets of lines. We don't know the context of what he's saying. So maybe that's just the way they're throwing the audience. Maybe we're meant to think Strange is acting weird. But because I at first thought so too. That's what I thought. It was the first thing I thought. I was like, wait a minute, Strange is not acting like himself. He's making odd choices. Juwan kind of led me towards that on the side of where, he always had this ego where he thinks he can do whatever he wants, or he can get, he can do it. So I can see that happening. And again, we're not going to really know until we see the movie.
I personally prefer Wanda to be somehow involved if there is something off about Strange. Only because that line that Agatha gave us of now you've achieved a source of power higher than the Sorcerer Supreme, which is weird because I still believe we haven't even scratched the surface.
Yeah, Strange.
Doctor Strange should be or could be rather. So the fact that he's already been bested, it's just like, well, goddamn, we haven't even really seen how powerful he is.
Yeah,
like, all right, he's already number 2 when it comes to this whole sorcerer thing. So I would like it if Wanda finds out that Strange might know some shit that maybe I don't know, and maybe controlling him is a way to get some of what I need to get to where I need to be. But I don't know. I don't know. I know people have gone the whole Mephisto route, the whole Skrull route, the whole
it's not a Skrull.
What
Honestly, a Skrull would have just cleared this up in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not if it's the Skrulls that Nick Fury sent.
Well, that is true.
That is true.
They were pretty stupid.
I mean, and the Skrulls were meant to look like him. They won't be able. I don't think they'd be able to perform magic spells. Yeah,
not those.
No.
No, I mean, like a Skrull could just like stand next to Peter Parker and be like, "He's no Spider-Man."
Yeah, no, something may be off about Strange. I just don't think it's the extreme of him being that.
Yeah, I don't think he's Doctor Strange Supreme either, because if that's the case, he does look a little different because he's all completely possessed by all these fucking extra creatures.
That's another thing. It doesn't really look enough like him.
Right.
But also, we're skipping over one main component. She's not dead. So what reason would he have to become that?
Yeah.
Huh?
Her dying.
Right.
I mean, like, if he's the same character from the What If, like.
I see what you're saying.
Not that he's become.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's how I think
this is who he's talking to, and not his usual Doctor Strange.
Right. But why? Like, first of all, like, how did he get out? Why is he doing it?
Mm-hmm.
He's super powerful, so he shouldn't fuck up that easy.
That's
stuff.
another. Exactly.
And also,
that would come with too many questions, though. If we did get Supreme, it would be too many questions.
There's too many
but also, he can't leave though. Remember,
No.
Uatu gave him the So
he's
if he left,
watching. Was it Killmonger? Right.
Killmonger and
Vision.
Ultron.
No, not Ultron. It became what's his name?
Oh, the doctor. Zoloft. Not Zoloft.
Yeah.
I almost said Zoloft.
No, it's Arnim Zola.
Zola.
Yeah.
But yeah, too much goes into that to do that. I think it is as simple as
Mephisto
got in. No, he just got in over his head. And because this is a whole new, because remember the Ancient One kept telling him, we haven't even began to understand the multiverse.
Right.
So he's now in a whole realm of something he's never been prepared for. So remember when the whole Thanos thing happened, he was blaming Stark when they were on the ship.
Yeah.
He does this to where he's just like, no. I didn't do shit. I was here in the sanctum. You was doing some shit. Now he's here. I did nothing. So I could see him just like, fuck you, Peter. If you had to just shut up, we'd be fine right now.
But also, like I said, too, it's not a portal. Obviously, you have to see it several times. I know now it's not a portal, but he's definitely looks like he is going somewhere else. And that's when he's telling them, listen, whether I did it or not, you need to Scooby-Doo this shit. I need you to fix it. But it leads me to believe he is going off to do something bigger, than do what he assigned Peter and the kids to do. I don't know. I don't necessarily think it is to kill the villains. I still think that's a little harsh, even coming from Strange. Yeah. I think maybe his thought process is confining them. I don't know what it is, but at the same time, I wanted to ask you guys, besides the fact, no. What did you guys seeing them on the screen again? Obviously, we saw Doc Ock already in the previous trailer, but you got Goblin now. We've seen Electro, it's quick, but we've seen him. And of course, we see an action scene with a Lizard, and we see what sort of looks like Sandman, but again, it's really it almost looks like
a big giant John Bernthal.
Yeah, or the scene in The Mummy when he's trying to go after the sand cloud. But what did you guys think? Like, how did you guys feel seeing these characters again on the screen, especially Green Goblin? Because I think we got a really good shot of him.
They found a way to make that suit look tolerable.
Yeah,
as compared to going back and watching that first movie again, just going, oof, no, you whiff this. Obviously, it's just a little touch up. It's not drastically different than how.
No, it's not. Yeah.
But for some reason, it just looks, I don't know, better. I don't know how.
No, it does. I agree.
It looks proper. That's all.
Right. Doc Ock. I still can't wait to see how he took on that Stark tech onto.
Yeah, I'm very, especially in that one scene where his arm kind of like goes like that, right in front of the camera, and you see it like clear as day, like that yellow, that like gold and red kind of like Iron Man.
It's nanotech that Peter has for that suit. But what's confusing is if you're taking away from the nano suit, Peter shouldn't be able to still be fully in that suit. Like something should be missing.
No,
You know
he
what
should
I'm
be
saying?
naked.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
no,
yeah,
he
well,
didn't-
he got his
I don't
clothes
think he
on,
took
yeah.
enough. I don't think he took enough, but I'm saying it should be like the forearm doesn't have anything protected. He took from there. So the fact that he could still have the suit and Doc Ock could still take the nanites from him, that's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea how this nanotechnology works whatsoever.
No, me neither.
They're basically self-reliant. They're self-replicating, so it doesn't matter how. If you take 20 or you take 20 million, there'll be 20 million in no time.
Oh, see, because I was thinking that, but the only thing that confused me about that, Pete, was when he was fighting Thanos. When that shit went, it was gone. Like it didn't rebuild itself.
I think it was slowly working on it, but it was also trying to keep his ass alive at the same time.
It wasn't just that. What he was doing in that scene, if you remember, he was focusing the nanotech on what he was making. So when he made that that blade to try to stab Thanos, and also whatever else he was trying to make as an extension to himself, I think he was taking from that. But yeah, he was also sustaining a lot of damage as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how it works either. But what about, we did get a scene, if you pause at just the right moment, with Electro, the electricity coming from his suit or his body actually makes the shape and almost the design of the classic costume, which I thought was really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
The fact that they managed to make the classic costume viable in a modern scene. I mean, a guy with a costume with a little electricity,
it's like so silly.
Like, it's really silly.
Right. Yeah. But they made it look cool because it's just straight up lightning, and it's like, oh my god, they figured it out.
And don't forget what else was he wearing on his feet?
Timberlands.
Rocking the Timberlands. So
yeah, I swear on everything, Jamie Foxx put that in there. I'm gonna wear Timbs. But I am curious how much dubstep we have in Winter 11.
Oh God, no. Oh no! Isn't that fad over by now?
Yeah, it's been over.
I wonder if Amy's just like, are we gonna do everything of Electro, and Kevin just walks in and goes.
So we have a comment. We did just talk about that. The Sony Pictures Brazil Twitter trailer. The lizard takes a punch from the air. Yeah. So we had just mentioned that the fact that they showed a couple of extra seconds of that scene, which was extended, and they didn't. It's edited out, obviously, who kicks him or punches him or whatever, but it's still shown that Lizard takes either a slap or a kick to the head. So, yes, we did catch that, but thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah, that's 100% Mr. I'm not in this movie, Andrew Garfield.
Yeah.
Punching the shit out of Lizard.
The big question I have, too, is what they're doing with the Statue of Liberty. It's really not. I mean, at first I thought they were restructuring it. That's why the scaffolding was up, not to repair it, but to add stuff to it, maybe even make it in the likeness of Steve. But then I thought to myself, why would they do that? But at the very base of the structure of the scaffolding, if you see it, it's a picture of Steve holding up the shield. At least I think it's Steve. It could be Falcon, but I'm pretty sure it's Steve.
They may just be using that as like an artist reference to get the shield correct.
Got it.
Possibly.
Yeah,
I hope, because I don't think Steve would want, the Statue of Liberty changed in his likeness.
Right.
I don't know. Do you think that person's going to get fired that let that
No, because
I think that was intentional.
Amy Pascal was the one that did
that guy is going to get a promotion.
That's I think it was intentional. Sony, by all means, wanted to show these guys in the trailer. It was Marvel and Feige that didn't want to.
Have you guys ever seen those movies where the person's like, all right, show me how to do this and then leave and I'll do it myself? Like, if you don't feel comfortable doing it.
Yeah.
Amy Pascal 100% did that shit where she walked in and was just like, how can I edit this shit out but make it look like someone's kicking the lizard? And it's just like, oh, just hit that button. All right, perfect, go.
But
boom.
The funny thing is, even if we didn't get that scene, right? If we didn't get that extended 5 seconds where he gets definitively hit or punched or kicked or whatever, we still said that we knew that it was not aligned right. When Holland is jumping towards them, Lizard's looking nowhere near him.
Right.
Neither is Electro.
Past him, actually.
Yeah.
Like he's like,
no, that was Electro. Was it Goblin?
No, the three in that scene you're talking about was Electro.
It was Electro. Okay, yeah. So Electro wasn't even looking towards Holland.
No.
Right.
No.
He's like way kind of above him.
I don't know who was looking at Holland. I know Holland was jumping to someone, but I don't know.
Cloud, Sandman. John Barenthal was looking at Holland. But what are you gonna do? You gonna jump through sand? Like what? You know what I mean? Like you can't really do nothing if you're jumping towards him. Yeah.
I mean, it's just really interesting because Peter's never had to face any of these villains before.
No.
So the level of
But the
difficulty.
other two,
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're saying. He was literally flying to nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm sure Kevin Feige looked at that trailer when it was being sent out and was just like, all right, we'll put it out, but that's not
roll
good.
with it. I got to tell you, I mean, besides the fact that we got these villains on screen, besides the fact that we got a nice length trailer without even spoiling much, which was good. When I first saw that runtime before we watched it live, I'm like, oh no, 3 minutes. That's a long trailer.
That's a long ass trailer.
I mean, but I mean, it's also nearly a 3-hour movie, right?
Well, also think of it like this: 3-minute trailer, but it's only a 3-minute trailer because we have like 3 or 4 weeks before the movie actually comes out. So it's enough. It's substantially enough to hold you.
A minute a
you
week.
get to the actual release.
Right. But the one thing that actually gets me more excited now, the more I watch it, believe it or not, I don't know why, is that end scene with the Strange on top of the crown, on top of the torch. And you see now, like I'm saying, I'm starting to get really excited about it because the more I see it, at first I was like, oh, look, they're showing you a rendition of the live Spider-Verse. But it literally is the multiverse cracking just like we got in Loki. It was the same exact color. It looks like glass, like it's shattering. So I'm really curious to know what's coming through. That's all I want to say. I know it's not Kang. I'm not saying it's Kang. I'm not saying it's Mephisto, but something is coming through, and maybe it's Venom.
I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
If you didn't watch Venom, Venom's already there.
Yeah,
I was about to say Venom's there. Not
Venom is there,
in where that fight's happening, but Venom is in San Francisco right now.
He's on an island somewhere. I don't know how long.
Oh, that's right, in an island, right?
Yeah,
Francisco. I'm sorry, him in an island. That's right.
Yeah. All right. Look, I didn't need. As a huge Spider-Man fan, I was hooked ever since I found out this movie was coming out. I mean, if you've seen the other 2 Spider-Man movies, and if you've seen the other Marvel movies, why wouldn't you go see this? I was okay. I loved the first trailer. Obviously, didn't show much. This trailer is really good. I just hope it stops here. I don't want any TV spots. I don't need another trailer. The movie comes out in about a month. I'm good to go. I don't want anything else. I don't want to know anything else about this film. I want to go in with what I know from these 2 trailers. You guys feel the same, or do you want a little bit more?
I want them to confirm every goddamn thing.
You're greedy, sir.
I don't need you to show it. Just be like, yes, he's in it, he's in it, he's in it, he's in it, he's in it. And then boom.
Yeah.
Go in and watch how it all unfolds.
Yeah, Sony's trying to hide the Spider-Verse, but they didn't do a very good job because they even said, and the lizard jumping down. Yeah, he was jumping down towards something.
I don't think they're doing the Spider-Verse. I don't think they're doing that.
No.
I wouldn't mind a hint of Miles just showing up.
I would like that too.
Well, Miles is already in the MCU.
No, we know that, but like, let's see him. You know,
did he get bit? Has he gotten bit yet?
I want to know: did he age or did he get blipped? You know what I mean?
That's also very interesting.
That would explain.
Know how old he is.
That would make sense for them to do it that way, only because of how the age difference between Peter Parker and Miles.
Mm-hmm.
So if they wanted to fast track it, I was telling Jawan that a while ago. I was like, well, if he got blipped, he would be 5 years older, but without being, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It would also help to explain that random age jump in the comic books when he went from being, I don't know, I think he was like 12 or something to all of a sudden he's like 15, 16 years old running around, when he switched from Ultimate to 616.
He wouldn't have gotten blipped. Spider-Man got blipped.
No, that doesn't mean he couldn't have gotten blipped.
Right, no, but that would explain why.
Yes, he didn't get blipped. Rather,
that would explain how he catches up to Parker's age.
Right.
If he doesn't get blipped.
Okay, I'm personally not a fan of that. I wouldn't mind if he got blipped also, and there's still a somewhat difference between the ages of.
I still want Peter to be older. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, older, but it just makes if they wanted to do Miles.
Depends on how young Miles was at the time. We just don't know.
We still don't know.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Which again, I keep saying Sony's missing at least $100 billion just looking them right in the face. Because if you work with Feige and do a Miles movie, right? You do a Miles movie, you have the whole, what was he doing during the blip? You could have Childish Gambino come back as his uncle.
Yep.
And what you could do is you could say, you know what, Feige, you can keep Peter Parker. We're going to go build this whole universe for Miles over in Sony and then just cross them over whenever we want. You know?
That's
it's the smartest thing to do. That way you're not just you're not doing a tug of war with Peter Parker, and you can make an argument right now, literally right in this moment. Miles Morales is a way more popular character than Peter Parker. Right now, you can make that argument. 100%, you can make that argument.
I mean,
off the movie, off the game, you could make that argument that he is more popular.
You can make that argument. I don't know if I can make that argument.
Yeah.
I don't know. That Spideyverse movie with Miles as the lead, the video game.
I still don't think that he's as popular.
No, Spiderverse was. I loved it. I loved it. Yeah, but I don't know about a lead just yet. I don't know if he's.
I think he could be a lead. I just don't think he's more popular than Peter.
No,
that's different.
No, not at least not yet. But I also haven't gotten a chance to play the Miles Morales game because I sold my PlayStation.
Fantastic.
I heard it's really good. I know. I loved Spider-Man.
Actually, you know what? It's amazing.
Yeah, I loved it. I know. I definitely loved it. Trust me. I regret selling my PS, but whatever. All right, guys. Anything I missed from the trailer that we talked on your channel and we didn't touch up on here? I feel like we caught everything, right?
Yeah, we caught everything.
Again, like I said, you know, I'm hyped for this film. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan, so I'm definitely hyped for this film. I don't know if I need another trailer or another teaser or anything like that. I'm good to go. I am good to go. I'm not gonna lie. If they would have showed Toby and Andrew, would I have been excited? Would I have gotten goosebumps? Of course I would have. But I like this. I do. I prefer this route, and this is the way I wanted it to be. I didn't really want to see them. We know it's going to happen.
But that's why I'm with you. I didn't need it, but the fact that we know it is why I would have.
It'll just make that theater experience that more like once you see him, you're gonna jump. If you would have seen it in the trailer, if you would have seen like the scene where we see them on this instead of in the theaters, when we see it in the theaters, dude, we're gonna jump up, we're gonna clap, we're gonna probably high five.
It's gonna be a Cap Mjolnir moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
That was cool.
Well, depending on which theater you're watching that scene in, Pete, because apparently when I went to see it with my brother a second time, I went to see it in Williamsburg. They got no reaction, no reaction whatsoever. I'm looking around like, really?
What day did you see it on? Like
the second day it came out.
Also good.
So on a Saturday, because usually what happens is people that are like that live and breathe it go Thursday and Friday, and casual people go Saturday, and casual people did not see Age of Ultron, so they don't get why that's significant.
They have no idea that no one can grab that hammer except for.
So when they saw it, they're just like, "All right, bro, he caught the hammer. That's the other guy."
So what? Yeah, but I feel like there was a lot of other emotional scenes that there was just like nothing. I felt so.
I honestly feel
casuals, Joe.
Saturday and Sunday are the biggest casual days.
Damn casuals.
It's usually Thursday night and Friday that diehards.
Well, that's why I used to prefer. I mean, not prefer, but that's why I used to actually like or enjoy going to the midnight shows because those are the fans.
Right. That's exactly right.
But they're just too fucking getting out 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah, we gotta be
for the week, Joe.
But I am happy that they changed that because, like I said, years ago, I would never have been able to see Ghostbusters Afterlife like I am now at 4:00 in the afternoon.
Right. Sure.
They never had that. So
that's early.
All right, guys. I do want to thank Joel, Juwan, and Pete for joining us. Really quick, Pete, what do you got going on your channel coming up?
So we've got a review of Midnight Mass and some other movie coming up real soon. I've got some top 5 or top 10 list of, in time for the holidays. I'll have this up. Just Grail toys. And I know that term is so overused, but just like awesome play sets and figures and vehicles and stuff from the 80s, from our childhood that I particularly never got my grubby mitts on and still don't have to this day, because obviously with eBay you can get almost anything as long as you can afford it. So these are things that I never had as a kid and I still have not been able to get for myself. But also we've still got the contest going on for the top 5 horror comics that you've probably never heard of or ever read. Just head on over there. It's our newest video. It's right in the front. And just drop a comment in there. That's all you got to do to get entered into the contest. And you can win some pretty cool prizes like Snow White Zombie Apocalypse, issues 1 and 2, both signed by the creator. And we've also got H.P. Lovecraft Private Eye, which is a paranormal investigator. I shouldn't say private eye. Lovecraft P.I., done by a good buddy of mine, David Can, who basically takes a whole bunch of different Lovecraft stories and mushes them into this like Maltese Falcon-esque world of gumshoe detectives. It's a lot of fun.
All right.
So 2 different contests, 2 different winners, same entry. Just drop a comment on the video.
Joanne, what do you got going on?
Nothing that cool. It made me follow up after that. We have some reviews up. We did the Disney Plus day where we all got together and broke down really just the Marvel. Star Wars literally didn't even want to do
much.
And then me and Tia just did our season 3 review of Narcos Mexico. So that'll be up within the next day or 2. And I just did my interview with Alan Maldonado, who is in This Is Gus, the Psych 3 movie that comes out this Thursday. And he was just in the series Heels.
Is that movie up? Is that interview up on your channel right now?
Yeah.
No, it's going to be up within probably by the morning.
Oh, I'm thinking of the one with This Is Gus. I'm sorry.
What do you mean?
The interview with This Is Gus is up.
Oh, that interview with Steve Franks, the guy who
I thought, but Pete's talking about something different. I'm sorry.
I just got into Psych recently, actually, and I know I had told a friend of mine that you were interviewing this gentleman, and she was like, "Oh, I need to see that." So that was why I asked you.
Yeah. So that one is up though. The one with
Steve Franks, who created the show. Yeah, that's up, and he was very, very, very sweet guy.
Yeah.
And Alan Maldonado, who plays a character in that Psych 3 movie, that interview will be up within the next day or 2.
Gotcha.
Okay.
What about Joel? Joel, you got anything going
on? What's today?
Today is Tuesday. Yeah.
Sleep.
Sounds good. Yeah.
That seems to be coming up soon.
I pretty much did that all day. I was telling Joanne I fell asleep. We're trying to rest up, especially for tomorrow. Can't wait to see the movie. All right, guys. Like I said, thank you very much.
You best.
Oh man, I'm looking at it side by side of the Amazing Spider-Man 2's Electro and this Electro, and
drop that on in.
Yeah. Like whoever did Amazing Spider-Man 2, like whoever designed that, tried their hardest to make him look horrible.
Yeah,
because all this is just Jamie Foxx with just the sparks around him.
That's all it is.
Like, it's just the simplicity of it.
Yeah,
it's the simplicity of it. Goodness,
yeah,
I
love it. I love it. That's why I think I'm glad. I didn't mind him coming back. I mean, at first I did, only because of the version we got of him in Amazing Spider-Man 2. But then I realized, all right, Marvel, they're not going to do it wrong and whatever. So I trust them. I can't wait for this movie to come out. All right, guys. Thank you for coming on again. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend. Pete, I'll see you tomorrow for our Eternals get together, and everybody else have a great night.
Yeah, let us know what you guys thought of that movie.
Yes, please do.
We will.
As soon as we're out.